Hello Miss, my name is Vansing. I'm from CS 126, Section 4. Today I'm going to present about my project which is date and time format. I wrote date and time format in a C++ program. It used to find the current date and time in any time zone in the world. It allows users to input the GMT offsets, the time that they want to know in the world according to the GMT offset. And let's move into my code. Here is my code. In this code, I declare three header files: c times, ls stream and string. C time as a manipulate time, ls stream as an input and output, and string to store the time manipulate. And I use class date and time, and I use class date and time. Class date and time is referring to the object-oriented program. And I use private. In the private, there are data field here, as you can see. I declare integer as a date and time, and string as a month, as a letter, and so on. And I use a public to call out of the private here to access it to the public. And in the public, there are many functions here that I wrote. The first one is to check the year. As you already know that in our year, in our calendar year, there are 2 days. There are two years that which have a 365 day, and another year that have a 366, which is called leap year. And in here, we will count the year from the 1970 by 1st January, because the date and time was first created at that year. So we will loop from the year 1970 here and check this condition if it is not leap year or not. In this condition, if it's not leap year or not, it will subtract by 366, or if it is not leap year, else it L here here we will it shows the difference between if. So if this one is leap year, so this one is not a leap year, and it will increment the year by 1 and move to another function which is calculate the month. Yeah, it is the same from the calculate year. We call it the date. We use the time, what we use the year 1970 and 1st January, which is we will loop. Was the first one we will loop. We check this condition that the months that have a 31 day, and if the month that has 31 day is bigger than 31, we will loop. We will check this condition and subtract it 35 and increment the month by 1. If it's smaller than 31, it will break, and we will loop it again and again until the month is break. And move to this else statement here, which is checks the month that has 30 days. As you already know, this for month that doesn't have that have only 30 days in a month. So we check the same as this one and subtract it and increment the month by 1, or else it will break out of the loops. And in this one, we will check the second month, which is February. Does February have a leap year or not? In this LF case, this leap year, the February have a leap year. If it have a leap year, we will check this one, the date as a day, bigger than 29, and date as a day, subtract 29, and we will increment by 1, or else will break. And this one, we check the same, but in this L case here, as I meant here, the February does not have the limit, so it have only 28 days. So we check the same, date as date. If date as date bigger than 28, date as day, subtract the 28 until it's lower than 28, it will break out of the loops. So date as day here, we take it the same as this one from the 1970 1st century. Oh no, 1st January. And move to this function is a month to the letter. This one is if I use switch case. Switch month case 1, month as the letter equal January. It means like if the month is 1, it means it's January. If it is a second month, it will February until the 12th month. It will see out the December, and we break out of this switch case and move to this function. I name it as a day to a letter, and I use the argument integer and day. I use switch case here. Switch day case 0, day of the week equal Sunday, and we break out of this case. And case 1, day of the week equal to Monday, and we break out this case until case 6, day of the week is Saturday, because I use this switch case because in order to find what example, let's say the today is 23, and what day is today, or assume that it is Monday or Tuesday or something like that. And this one is I call the current day of the week as a string. I call it from the private, this is one day of the week, and day as a day plus 1 here, because you already know that this one is I use it call from 0, so I need to plus it by 1, increment it by 1. So, and this one is also call it from the private, month as a letter, and years. And here I use a set here, day as a day equal to date, because I want to write another function outside of the class. So I use a set day as a day, integer date equal to date, set year integer y, year equal to y, and set month integer month equal to So here let's move to this function. This function is outside of the class. I wrote this function outside the class because it is kind of easier than put all the this function in the main. So the first I name it as the get current date and time. The argument is integer GMT offsets, and here I call the date and time class, and I name the new instance as a calendar. You see here, this is a date and time class. So move to another line is I declare integer current time equal to time 0, because I want to exchange the current time into a minute in order to find here the set as day here, and the current time plus equal to GMT offset multiplied by 66, we will get the current time in a second, and we will find the set that as a day of the current time by using this algorithm. And also the next line is integer day of the week. We use this algorithm, but in here we plus 3 because in the 1970 the first January, which is Thursday, so we need to make it to Sunday, so we need to plus 3. And here's this one is I set the year to 1970 and set month to 1 in order to find the current times, in order to find the set days and day of the week. And here I call out the function, I call out the calculate year from the class calendar. I named the calendar point calculate year, this because the date and time here is the class. I call the function from the class in here, so I need to write like this: day of the week, day of the month, after 4 I already explained you. And then move into this point. In this point, I declare integer second integer equal to current time modulus 24 multiplies 3300 in order to exchange our current time into the minutes, and I want to find what the current time, what the current hour, what the current minute, and what the current second in here. So as you already know that an hour equal to 3000 seconds, so we need to divide it. And also if there any remaining hour, so we need to multiply by 60 because the minute is equal to 60 seconds. If there is any remaining second here, we need to take second modulus by 60. And in this code I declare string am here as an am because I want to find the time if it is um, yeah, I want to change the time if the time it is 30. If we check this condition is bigger than 30, it will change m to pm and it will subtract the the hour 30 into 1 p.m. like this one you see here the comment. And also we will see out it will show the output of the result by the calendar, get date, get month, get year, hour, minute and second. And move to in this integer mains. In mains I declare GMT offset as an integer, and this will show the display, it will show the guideline how to use it. And this why I use while truth because in order I want the user to input the desired GMT offset correctly. So if they input it, if the GMT offset is bigger than 12 or smaller than -12, it will show the error sign and it will allow the user to run back it from the top. It will allow user to input it again until it correctly, and it will exit the loop, and it will show the get the current date and time function that I write here. It will show all the result from the class and also the result inside this. So as you see, I will test this code here. It allow me to input. So you and also you can read it. There are 24 time zone in the world, my -12 to 12. So as you already know, in our time zone is 7, so I put 7. Yeah, see then time is 1, 2 and 46. So 1 here is an hour, 2 here is a minute, and 46 here is a second. And today is Monday 21 August. Yeah, the same, Monday 21 August. And I input it again. If I input like 13, so 13 is bigger than 23, so it allows it show that it is error. So it allow me to input again, so I input 7, so it worked correctly. So that's all for my presentation, and thank you miss for listening to my presentation.